Good after morning. It's that time of the year once again where Uncle Evetech drops all of their new back to school specials in our general direction. And your boys picked the absolute best top 10 from quite a list, I must say. There's quite a lot of stuff over here. All 61 specials. Your boys narrowed it down to a top 10. Starting from the top at number 10. I gotta mention the Gamdias Hermes E3. This is still genuinely the best bang for buck 60% keyboard you could hope to buy. It's got everything that you need on board. You don't really need any software for it as well. There is a review from your boy embedded in the page if you need to know more. At number 9 is the glorious Model O Pro. These are the last of this type of chassis. Model O 2 is replacing it now, but can you believe this thing has 80 hours worth of battery life at 55 grams? It's one of the lightest mouse you can hope to get. You can get in other colors, but this particular one in the baby blue is on special now for 1499, and they're normally $2,000, so it's quite a bit of discount. At number 8, we've got the second of 3 keyboards. It's the Razer Huntsman Mini with the clicky optical purples. Optical switches can be adjusted inside of the software, which is kind of sick, so you can set the depression value, etc. But overall the build quality on these is exceptional. They're normally quite a bit more. They're normally, I would say, about 2.5. So as well, a huge discount of about $700 on this, and the Razer keycaps and build quality have just stepped up to a level that's ridiculous these days. So if you want a really good quality 60%, look no further. At number 7, we've got the return of a legend, because Corsair's finally taken the brilliant dimensions from the 220T and given it a new home in this 3000D airflow. It comes with the 3 fans pictured. You will need something for your exhaust, but they are the AR120s, which are pretty damn good. And the reason that I absolutely love this chassis is because of all of the space that you find inside. You can fit just about any GPU inside of the system. You can put water cooling up top. It's got everything that we generally want to see. It is a little bit more basic in general, but with a price point of 1,800 Rand, it's tough to beat. Running at the top half at number 6 with the last of the keyboards, it's the Apex 7 TKL. I just honestly genuinely love these. These don't have the OmniPoint switches, but everything else is basically the same, and it's got that wonderful little OLED up top that you can completely program the keyboard from. The keycaps are fantastic. The build is fantastic. It's still pretty much the best pre-built keyboard I've used to date. At number 5, we have the MSI Optix 24. It's 144Hz curved with a 1 millisecond response time on a VA panel. So you are going to get a little bit of smear. That's just a general thing with VA, but with a true 1 millisecond response time and a curved panel as well, it's going to give you a really nice immersive type effect. I wouldn't say it's a pro gaming monitor because it's not IPS, so you just don't get that response time from the pixels themselves. But if you're looking for a really good entry point into 144Hz gaming, then this is going to be right up your alley. At number 4, it's more of the same. If you just want a really big version of that with a 1440p res, then grab the Dell. It's not going to have quite as good refresh rate on the pixel response time, but it's got a periscope neck and it is 32 inches. So if you're doing like sim racing or big open world environment type games and you just want like a really responsive and input delay reduction sort of effect from your panel, then this is going to be absolutely perfect with its 165 Hz refresh rate. At number 3, it begs belief, but this is brand new memory, 3600 mega DDR4 or $900. I am kind of stunned at this price point. Klevv has just dropped this special from out of nowhere, and I literally have this exact memory in our AMD test bench PC, and it works flawlessly. I've had absolutely no compatibility issues with anything Intel or AMD. At number 2, it's an upgrade kit with a 5700X B550-P, which is a really nice little motherboard, and then it's got that memory that we just spoke about, but Corsair variant of it. It should be 2x8 gig kit, which it is, so you're going to have that dual channel performance, and then it's got a water cooler, which is kind of overkill for this chip. It really doesn't produce a lot of heat, so it's going to be cool, calm, and collected no matter what. And this is, I would say, if you're looking at like a mid-range gaming setup with an RX 7600 or a 4060 type of level, then this should be the upgrade kit for you. It's going to give you really, really good performance. And with that 5700X3D launching hopefully in the next sort of month or 2, you could then upgrade to that and you basically never have a bottleneck ever. And finally, in the number 1 spot, it's the Lenovo lock. I have just reviewed this recently. I did the 4050 with the same 13620H processor, and it was disgusting. It's the best performing GTX 4050 laptop that I've used to date. And this one happens to be a 4068 gig and it's got a 2K 165Hz IPS panel. The IPS panel was already pretty good, and because you can select just the onboard graphics or just the discrete GPU, when you set it to the discrete GPU only mode, you get in full NVIDIA control panel functionality, so you can tune that saturation and your contrast, etc. actively from there, which just then makes this pop like something else. So, and the chassis is very basic and straightforward, but it's in a good way. It's simplifying a lot of things, and it's just left such a good impression on me. In general, this is going to be the best gaming laptop for your money. It's my new favorite, basically, is the TLDR. And now, my friends, are your top 10 specials from the back to school. There are some MSI notebooks which are specifically on special as well, which you should definitely have a look at. But these, I would say, are your top 10 picks from all 61. But there's a little bit there for everybody. There is some storage from Klevv and some other, like a PSU and here and there. But those would be, I would say, your main ones that you should be looking at, you should be paying attention to. I just can't believe how cheap the monitors are getting these days. It's actually kind of nuts. Anywho, that's all I have for you in this buyer's guide. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.